May. The middle bit means Christmas is here with the green trees.
Oh, very nice.
Nice. Hello, Melanie C.
Hi.
How's it going?
Really good.
That sound check was great.
Oh, thank you.
It's going to be great, this. I love the song.
Thank you so much. Do you know what? It's been a crazy, crazy year. And, yeah, this is something really fun that's been going on the last few months.
Did you write this? Did you sort of have this in the locker earlier on in the year and decide not to share it with the girls when you were doing this? You were like, you know what? We could do this, but I might just keep this in the back pocket for me later on.
Do you know what? I actually did do this before I got back together with the girls. I was working on this in January because I already knew after the Spice Tour, I was going out on this big Pride tour. I performed at Prides all over the world with Sing the Pink.
Best Pride?
Oh my gosh, they're all so different.
Yeah. Okay, so how does it differ? What's the, like...
Well, do you know what's really interesting about Pride? It's pretty much a charitable organisation. So somewhere like New York, it was 50 years since Stonewall.
Yeah.
So it was a huge celebration, and everywhere you go now, I mean, it's so wonderful. Every city's, everywhere's just rainbow. It's so beautiful. And sometimes it's a really big production, and sometimes you feel like a local fete. So you never know what you're going to get. And it just depends, you know, on the audience, on... Yeah, they've all been lovely. It was just an incredible experience.
It's a great vibe, isn't it? I mean,
yeah, such a good vibe.
It's just fun.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is a wonderful tune. And just to go, I mean, you talk about Sing the Pink. Can you just explain? I mean, I was sort of looking at them yesterday. They're incredible. Who are they? What? Okay,
well, my introduction to Sing the Pink was a club night in the UK. I think it started really small in like Bethnal Green Working Man's Club or something, and it's a huge creative collective.
And what, and you just went down there for the night? Or
well, I was invited to perform. And there's loads of drag queens.
I bet the place went off when you walked in.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's such a wonderful audience because, of course, you know, all of the LGBTQ plus audience have been massive supporters of the Spice Girls since day one. So this has been really nice to be able to kind of...
Did they know, did the audience know you were coming, or did you just come
Yeah, I think it was, they wanted to sell tickets. No, it was really fun, and I didn't know what to expect. And, you know, with there being drag queens, you know, personally for me, I've always thought of drag queens having the reputation of being quite fierce and quite scary, and they look amazing. But when I met everybody, when I walked in, it was so inclusive, and they're so beautiful, you know, on the inside as well as the outside. That
hang on, were you doing high heels down there? Or
no, this was before.
So what numbers did you do that
I
night?
did, the usual, Never Be the Same Again, I Turn to You, something a bit spicy, Say Be There, something like that. So it went off. It was lovely. And then we were invited to perform at Mighty Hoopla, which is a big festival they do every year in London. And that was the first time I performed with the drag queens. And the reaction from the audience was so incredible. We just thought, because the girls came on as the other Spice Girls, which was really fun.
That's fantastic.
Yes, and the girls love it as well. You know, the real Spice Girls are very supportive.
Yeah.
You know, they love it all too. So we just felt like we wanted to do something bigger. So we put the show together. It was like a 45-minute show, and that was what we did. We went to New York, we went to Sao Paulo, which was like about a week after the Spice Girls.
I read 3.7 million people in Sao Paulo.
It was insane. I've never seen so many people as far as the eye can see.
Even in all your time with the girls, when you were like playing to tens of thousands. I mean, isn't it incredible that you can still get like blown away and shocked when you walk on somewhere?
Honestly, it was so incredible because we did 3 sold-out nights at Wembley Stadium with the Spice Girls, and actually my band who are here today were the Spice Girls band.
It was a terrific night, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, honestly, I came to one of the Wembley shows. It was brilliant. We'll talk about it later on, but...
Yeah.
Wow.
So good, yeah. It was kind of everything we'd hoped for and more. We never imagined it'd be that incredible.
Yeah. Great. Well, listen, let's have our hits.
Shall we sing?
Yes, please. Oh, I love the acoustic ending. That was great. Because normally on acoustics it's like, and then finish. That was lovely. Wonderful. Oh, I can't imagine that went down well at Pride at all.
Do you know what was amazing? You know, when you're an artist and you go out and you do a brand new song that no one's ever heard, you think, oh, what am I doing? Am I mad? But by the chorus, you just...
Yeah, but that's one of those tracks. Because I played it yesterday at home. Ben just said in my ears an acoustic version of the video online as well. I don't know. Yeah.
And there's a dance tutorial too, because the drag queen's doing amazing. It's all going on.
I'm in.
It's loads of Christmas.
But I heard it yesterday. I played it yesterday, and then it was just on repeat for the next hour. It's just fun.
Oh,
great track.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy with it.
I'd love to see you play that one. I've just seen you play it live, but I'd love to see you play that live. with the when you're doing it, what do the Sing the Pink guys do? Do they play as well, or do they?
No. It's a dance routine.
Oh, okay.
In fact, we are on Graham Norton on New Year's Eve.
Wonderful.
So set record for that, and then you can see us in all our glory
on the video. So we have to talk about the Wembley gig. It was amazing with the Spiceys. What I loved was, I was saying to your guys earlier on, no one's really changed in the last 20 years because when I was watching it, I was like, okay, so you and Emma are pretty much holding it together and doing most of the heavy lifting. Mel B you just don't know where she is or what she's doing, and she, like, genius could come out of her mouth or something career-ending could come out of her mouth. You never know.
Yeah.
And then Jerry kind of just wafts around looking ethereal and ethereal and just not really, I mean, being there and not being there and then being on it and then not being, I mean, it's brilliant. I mean, it's exactly how you were when I first met you.
It was amazing. It was like, because obviously coming up to it, we were quite nervous because obviously Victoria wasn't with us, sadly. So I had my reservations about going out as a four-piece. But, I couldn't be more wrong. And it was just the reaction, I think, was the biggest surprise to us. The audiences were just phenomenal.
Did it feel quite special when you first started rehearsing for it? Because I presume you do the thing that most big bands do, where you take a stage somewhere where no one's there, and then you properly rehearse to the nth degree over, I don't know, whatever, it's a few weeks or a month or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's always weird because leading up to those things, you have loads of meetings anyway.
Yeah.
So we'd spend a lot of time together, going through all the boring contract kind of stuff. So you start to remember what everyone's like and the dynamic and all those things. So once we got into the rehearsal space, it was just fun. We were just back on form.
But the rehearsal space, that's interesting. Because, I mean, Mel, I've worked with Mel. I love Mel B, but she'll literally start a fight.
She's crackers! Yeah. But this is the thing. I think everybody's a bit nuts in their own way.
Yeah.
Well, some are a bit nuts, some are really nuts. But that's what makes the Spice Girls, And I think what was brilliant, we went out and we were so nervous because we just wanted it to be brilliant. But because of it was just this energy and love that we got from the audiences, that it didn't matter if we went wrong because we kind of felt, actually, that's part of being a Spice Girl, isn't it?
I think the whole thing is no one wants to see anything too
polished,
produced and over polished.
Yeah. I mean, we had our moments. We took it seriously. We did Holler. We did quite a new version of that. We had it remixed, and the dancing was quite fierce.
You got to put on a show when you're playing
totally.
stadiums anyway, haven't you?
But you got to take the mickey out of it, because it's entertaining.
Yeah, but the lovely thing was for you, it must be so nice to look back at that time now and realise you're such an influence for young artists, everyone from Ray Morris, who I know you've worked with, to Emma Stone and Billie Eilish and people like that. And I was saying, like I said earlier on, that when we get young girls coming on the X Factor who are 17, 18, and they cite the Spice Girls, and they cite the Spice Girls because their parents or mothers must have played them the Spice Girls when they were kids because they were too young to remember it first time round properly. Yeah. And that's legacy.
Yeah, it's amazing. That's what we found at the shows as well, because obviously we knew that the bulk of the fans that were there were going to be in their 30s, and there were so many women. We were shocked.
I was surprised how young the audience were in a good way. It was so lovely.
And we found parents bringing their kids, and then I remember one of my favourite moments of the show in the encore. We did Mama, and a few nights I'd spot maybe a 30-something girl with their mum, and they'd be having a little moment, and it just set me off. It was so emotional.
I said to her, one of my friends was sitting about 3 or 4 rows in front of me, and I said, you know what, I was really looking forward to tonight. It was such a great night, but I said, watching the Spice Girls is even better than watching the Spice Girls.
Yeah, I think it took everyone back. Everyone kind of regressed to be in those. The change was people were a little bit more giddy.
Yeah.
And when every town in every city we went to, it was almost like a national holiday. You went into, we would drive into sound check at the stadium, and everyone would be dressed as one of the Spice Girls, and everyone would be in the beer gardens. We had some beautiful days in the summer, and it was just amazing. We felt like we took over everywhere we went.
I love that fancy dress party a couple of years ago where Mel B went to, and Mel B went to a fancy dress party dressed as Mel B. It's like she just went as herself, Scary Spice back in the day. It was brilliant. With you doing new music now, what do you look for? You seem to be in a very, very happy, very good place. So what in terms of the new music you want to make, what do you want to, where do you start?
Yeah, I mean, I think throughout my career, it's just always I've moved around. I love so many styles of music. You know, I just love performing. I love making music, and I've been DJing actually. I've been out there on the decks, and I've kind of reignited my love with dance music and electronic music. And so the new album that I'm working towards now, there's going to be loads of new songs out next year, is all more electronic. I mean, this is really fun. This is really frivolous. There's some more thoughtful moments on the album, but yeah, more electronic and grown-up pop.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Let's do some, not so much grown-up pop. Let's do some old school pop.
Should we go back to the first Christmas #1?
Are we doing two?
Oh, absolute pleasure. Merry Christmas.
When's your album
to you.
out?
It will be the end of the year, but loads of tunes before that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've just got album TBC, so... And High Heels is out now. We got you this.
Ah, thank you so much. I have to say, Merry Christmas to all your our listeners.
Very
Could you
good.
let me babysit your show?
I know. It's in safe hands when
You
you're here.
madman. Should I
you're
listen now, or do we need to wait?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Ooh, I'm excited.
I thought we'd get you some vinyl.
Oh my, do you know what? I'm just going to get some vinyl decks.
Right.
That's amazing. It's Madonna Like a Virgin, her first album. Thank you so much.
It's Sally Mel. Have you must have met before, surely.
Yeah, oh wait, we go back.
Oh, yeah.
She's very, very good when she sits in for you.
Yes,
Excellent.
she gives you a lot of airtime, and she's very polite to you.
She's very polite, very nice. In fact, we miss you.
Yeah.
We do. Please come back soon. Anytime you like, Mel.
She's abused most of the year, aren't you?
I am, yeah. You give me a lot of abuse.
The
Anyway.
Dowager of Radio 2. You're respected. Loved and respected.
Are you saying I'm old?
No.
Because I'm still in my late 30s, as you well know, okay? Why are you all laughing? Why? Okay, fine.
Mel and Spice Boys, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Happy Christmas.